Have you ever caught your own reflection and felt that quiet shock, that sense of, wait, that's not really me, is it? If your haircut makes you want to shrink away, trust me, you are so far from alone. Here's something I wish more women heard. It's not your fault. The styles that used to work can start to feel heavy, or just off, as time passes. It's that disconnect, isn't it? The young, lively woman you feel inside, staring back at you with hair that doesn't quite match. It stings, more than most people realize. And here's where it gets real. If you keep that same old cut, it doesn't just age your face a bit, it starts to chip away at your confidence. You catch yourself dodging cameras, skipping out on social things, even avoiding your own mirror. But you deserve so much more than that. Here's where hope comes in. Because I promise the right haircut can instantly bring back what the wrong one quietly took away. Today, I want to show you the 3 haircuts that stylists say make women over 60 look instantly younger. And maybe even more important, I'll help you avoid the ones that tend to take the sparkle out of your eyes. And stay with me for this, because the last cut on the list is what some stylists call a natural facelift. You'll want to see how that works. This isn't about chasing youth or pretending to be 25 again. It's about letting the best version of you, the one who's always been there, step forward, finally reflected in the mirror the way you deserve. Now, let's get to the first style, because what comes next is the one that so often sparks a genuine compliment, sometimes from the person you least expect. You know how sometimes the smallest comment can change your whole mood? I remember a woman telling me her granddaughter looked up after a fresh haircut and just said, "Grandma, you look like you're glowing again." That glow didn't come from new skincare or a fancy new outfit. All she changed was her haircut, and suddenly, her whole face lit up. That's the magic. A soft layered bob can work. Why does it make such a difference? Heavy, one-length hair tends to drag everything down, making your face look longer and, honestly, a little more tired. But when you bring in soft, gentle layers, the whole energy shifts. These layers move, they frame your smile, they add just enough lift along your jawline and cheekbones that it almost feels like your features have snapped back into place. Here's the catch, not every bob is created equal. If you ask for a blunt, boxy, one-length bob, you'll get that helmet hair effect, where your cheeks look flat and your face stretches out in photos. It's wild how something so subtle can make such a difference. The softness is everything, and it isn't obvious. The best layers in a bob are feathered, almost invisible, just enough to give your hair natural flow and a bit of volume, so your silver or highlighted tones catch the light in a way that makes you look fresher, brighter, more dimensional, even before you reach for the blush. Here's another reason to love it. It's so easy to style. If you want to blow dry, use a round brush and you'll get that salon finish. Or let it air dry, tuck one side behind your ear, and you're done. A trim every 6 to 8 weeks keeps it looking sharp, but never feels high maintenance. I always think of those layers as scaffolding, not just holding up your hair, but quietly holding up your confidence, too. And if you've ever wondered if you could pull off something a little bolder, a little more, "this is me," just wait. Because coming up next is the cut. Stylists secretly call a natural facelift, and it's probably not the one you're thinking of. Let me just put this out there. Have you ever wondered if a pixie cut is just too bold after 60? Or if maybe, just maybe, it's the ultimate freedom move? For years, women were told that going short meant giving up on softness and femininity. I get it. The wrong kind of crop can feel severe, almost like it's hiding who you are. But the modern pixie? It flips all those old ideas on their head. There's a reason stylists rave about this cut. When the sides are kept neat and the top left a touch longer, suddenly there's this natural lift. The eye goes right up to your cheekbones, your eyes seem to sparkle, and instead of pulling your features down, everything feels lighter, like the best parts of your face are front and center again. And let's talk about practicality for a second. The pixie is fast. You run a bit of lightweight wax through your hair, tousle it with your fingers, and that's it. No marathon blowouts, no endless fussing in front of the mirror. Just a quick trim every 4 to 6 weeks, and each time feels like a little reset, a reminder that you get to start fresh whenever you want. If you're picturing a sharp, edgy pixie, don't worry. The secret to keeping it chic, especially after 60, is all about softness. Those longer layers on top, maybe even a little asymmetry, give you movement and shape without a trace of harshness. But really, the best part isn't what you see in the mirror. It's what the cut says about you. It's like telling the world, I'm not hiding behind long hair anymore. I'm here, I'm visible, I'm me. Some people might call it daring, but honestly, I think it's pure freedom. Of course, not everyone wants to go super short. If you're more about softness, movement, and a little extra magic around your eyes, stay with me, because the next cut could be exactly what you're looking for. Here's something most women don't expect. When stylists ask what bothers them most, it's not always thinning hair or stubborn grays, it's those little lines across the forehead that suddenly seem more noticeable. The shoulder-length shag with bangs is one of the simplest, most flattering ways to soften those lines and bring all the focus right where it belongs, to your eyes. This cut lands perfectly in that space between a classic bob and longer, heavier hair. It's lighter, more playful, and the secret is in those airy, tousled layers paired with soft, wispy bangs. Instead of pulling your features down, these layers lift, give movement, and draw attention up to your smile and your eyes like the best kind of spotlight. Picture a stage for a second. When the curtains open, the spotlight doesn't linger on the edges, it finds the star. That's exactly what happens here. The bangs and layers frame your face, highlight your favorite features, and give you that effortless, oh, I just woke up chic kind of vibe. And it works for all hair types. If your hair is fine, those layers add the volume you've been missing. Wavy or curly, the natural bounce makes it even better. And if your hair is starting to thin, the shaggy layering adds fullness where you need it most. Upkeep is as easy as popping in for a bang trim every few weeks and a full cut every couple of months. What's wonderful is how instantly this cut changes the way you look in photos, even under harsh light. Your forehead softens, your eyes look brighter, and your whole face feels lighter, like you've just returned from a holiday. But for every style that lifts you up, there are a few that quietly take away, and they're easier to fall into than you might think. Let's talk honestly about the cuts that secretly add years, and what to ask for instead, so you never leave the salon dreading your own reflection. Let's get real for a moment. The wrong haircut doesn't just age you a little, it can quietly steal years off your confidence, and nobody warns you before it happens. You know that feeling. You leave the salon after a trim, but instead of wanting to show off your fresh look, you're suddenly dreading every glance in the mirror. That's the hidden cost of a cut that works against you, and the worst part is, you're stuck with it for weeks, sometimes months. So, what should you steer clear of? Styles that are overly short and harsh tend to exaggerate lines and angles, leaving everything feeling sharper than you want. Those stiff, helmet bobs that sit rigid with no movement can freeze your whole look in the past. And long, heavy, one-length styles pull everything downward, flattening your expression and making you feel invisible. Now compare that to what we've already covered: feathered layers, softness, movement. The refreshed versions actually make you feel seen again, not hidden. It's the difference between looking through the wrong glasses and finally seeing yourself in crisp, clear focus. You deserve that clarity every single day. Here's a simple way to protect yourself at your next salon visit. Instead of leaving it to chance, just say, no rigid lines. I want movement around the jaw and softness around the edges. That one request is a total game changer and can save you from months of wishing you'd spoken up. So that's the real stake here. The wrong cut can make you disappear, but the right cut brings you back into view. Coming up, I'll show you exactly how to make any haircut feel like it was designed for you, not just pulled from a catalog. And there's one question for your stylist that flips the script. You'll want to keep this one in your back pocket. Here's the part almost every video skips over: your haircut should never be about copying a picture from a magazine or following some one-size-fits-all rule. It should feel like it was created just for you. Imagine slipping on a jacket that's been tailored to your body. Suddenly, everything feels sharp, polished, and like it belongs to you. That's exactly how your haircut should fit. So, how do you make sure your next cut actually flatters you, instead of just blending in? It starts with a few questions you can ask yourself or your stylist, even before the scissors come out. First, think about your face shape. If your face is round, a little height at the crown can elongate and lift. If it's long, bangs or side layers help balance everything out. Heart-shaped faces, softness around the jawline works wonders. Then, consider your hair texture. Fine hair loves soft layers for a little extra lift. Wavy hair shines in a shaggy, lived-in style. Curly hair is all about shaping, so you keep that natural bounce, not bulk. And lifestyle matters too. If you want to wash and go, there are styles for that. If you love styling, a pixie or bob can be finished in just minutes with the right products. And speaking of products, don't feel pressured to splurge. Some of my favorite go-tos are drugstore finds. A bit of mousse for volume, a light gloss spray for shine, and always a heat protectant. That's really all you need. But here's where the magic happens the moment you sit in the salon chair. Don't just say, do what you think is best. Instead, use your voice. I'd like softness around my face, some lift at the crown, and movement through the sides. You'll be amazed at how much power that gives you in shaping the result you want. Because the right cut isn't just about flattery. It's about feeling seen, feeling comfortable in your own skin, and leaving the salon not just looking different, but feeling more like yourself than ever before. And if you've ever wondered what true beauty after 60 really looks like, I have one more thought to share, a little letter to myself, and maybe to you, too. If I could sit down with my 60-year-old self, I think I'd want her to hear this. Beauty doesn't fade, it just changes shape. It deepens, it gains stories, it glows in new ways that maybe you never expected. Your hair isn't about covering up age, it's about letting your joy, your energy, your presence shine through. Every new style you try, whether it's a bob that lifts your cheekbones, a pixie that shows off your spark, or a shag that softens your features, is really just a way of reminding the world and maybe yourself that you are still here, still radiant, still visible. Now, I'd love to hear your story. Share your before and after haircut moment in the comments, or tell me about the style that made you feel truly confident again. Let's make this space a gallery of real women, each with a different story, proving that style after 60 isn't about disappearing. It's about standing out, with grace and elegance, and showing everyone what beauty really looks like at any age. And if you're feeling ready for another transformation, I have something special for you. Just click here, and I'll walk you through the most common outfit mistakes that quietly add years and the simple swaps that can bring back instant freshness. Because confidence is beauty, and beauty is yours at every age.